Everybody, let's start today's topic in high school commerce channel. Today we are going to discuss one tax related item called difference between exempt, deduction and rebate. I find most of the people get confused what is relief. Government used to provide us a relief in terms of tax payable in three forms. One is exempt, another one is deduction, and another one is rebate. So let's understand what is exempt, what is deduction, and what is rebate. So today's video has been segregated into three parts: exemption, deduction, and rebate. So our first topic is exemption. Exemption means there are certain income when we are going to file our income tax. Government used to provide us straight away 100% exemption on those income, or in some circumstances government used to provide us some conditional exemption. Means those incomes will not fall part and parcel of the income tax calculation. Let's see some of the example. Say agricultural income, income from provident fund, house rent allowance. There are many partial exemption are there. I have put few of here. So for example, let's see how we need to present it in our tax calculation. Although nowadays when you are going to file your income tax return, there is a template where you need to put your agricultural income, and once you run the macro, it will give you the result. But when you are preparing a tax computation, how you need to prepare from presentation point of view in exam, let's see that. For example, a person, first we are going through the fully exempt income. So for example, a person who have only agricultural income, okay, that person do not have any other income. A person who have only agricultural income, say 8 lakhs, and there are some allowable expense to incur that revenue, say 4,45,000. So net agricultural income would be 3,50,000. Total tax payable on that amount would be 0. Why? Because income from agricultural income in India is fully exempt as per government norms. However, one point needs to be noted: the partial integration method, I have not covered it because that's a completely separate chapter or section that I will cover it in a separate video. Now understand one income which government has given us partial exemption for, say, HRA. Sometimes we have noticed that employer used to provide us HRA, house rent allowance, and government used to give us sometimes full or sometimes partial deduction on that. So what are the conditions? Government has said that these are the three conditions government has given. Number one, actual HRA receipt from employer. Means whatever amount you have received from employer, that would be the maximum rebate, because the rebate will be counted least of the following three alternative, which means that the total amount you have received, exemption cannot be more than that. Next, it is talking about 50% of salary in case the HRA has been provided in a metropolitan city, and in case the HRA has been provided in a non-metropolitan city, then it would be 40%. The metropolitan cities definition has been given: Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata and Chennai, and apart from that 4 cities mentioned above, all are non-metropolitan city. The third one is the actual rent paid over 10% of salary. The definition of salary here is basic salary plus dear net allowance if part of retirement benefit and commission, which is basically the based on the turnover of the company. So let's understand this condition with an example. Say basic salary of a person is 50,000 per month. He has received HRA 20,000 per month and he has actually paid rent to the landlord, say 15,000 per month. And the house is situated in a non-metropolitan city. That means 40% of his salary is allowable as deduction. That is condition number 2 here. Here we have to consider 40% since the HRA has been provided, a house rent has been given in a non-metropolitan city. So how we need to present it in our exam copy? Computation of partial exemption. Okay. Total HRA received 20,000 multiplied by 12 months. Total HRA received 2,40,000 less exemption, least of the following three alternatives. Number 1, HRA received, the total amount we have received, that would be the maximum exemption, so that we have written. Second condition that we have written, that is 40% of salary. 50,000 multiplied by 12, which is coming 6 lakh. 40% of 6 lakh is 2,40,000. And the third one, rent paid minus 10% of salary. Any rent paid, how much rent they have paid? 15,000 for 12 months, which is basically 1,80,000. That's the rent they have paid over 10% of salary. So 50,000 multiplied by 12, which is 6 lakh. 10% of 6 lakh is 60,000. So any rent paid over 10% of salary means how much rent we have paid? 1,80,000, which is over and above the 10%. How much over and above? 1,20,000. Now the government condition says least of the following three. Number 1 is 2,40,000, number 2 is 2,40,000, and number 3 is 2,40,000. Out of these three, the least one is the third one. So 1,20,000 is allowable as a deduction in terms of HRA. So total taxable perquisite would be 1,20,000. Here the point that I want to highlight, that government has given exemption over HRA basis on certain condition, which is basically the, here if we can see, we are receiving 2,40,000 and we need to pay tax only on 1,20,000 because of the partial deduction. So partial exemption. So exemption means straight away elimination from income. Now coming to the second part, which is deduction. Deduction means there are certain expenditure, savings or investment government wants the taxpayer to make to secure their future, to strengthen the economy. And once an assessee makes those expenses, savings or investment, government allow them to take advantage while they are paying the taxes. How? Because government allows them to deduct it from their gross salary. For example, life insurance premium. Under 80C, government used to allow us a deduction on house insurance, life insurance premium, subject to 1,50,000 is a maximum limit. Government want us to do health insurance in case of some emergency, so that we can take the insurance, health insurance benefit. If we incur or if we pay insurance premium in terms of our health, government used to provide us deduction under section 80D. Interest on education loan. Government want us to go for higher education. Somebody who do not have enough capital, they can go to any bank or financial institution and take the loan and go for higher studies. In those circumstances, the interest that we are paying to the banker, to the financial institution, as the case may be, government is ready to give us deduction in terms of payment of interest on education loan. Point to be noted here that from the assessment year 2026-27, most of the deductions are not allowable under new tax regime, because from the assessment year 2025-2026, new tax regime and old tax regime both has been implemented, and new tax regime is most of the cases is not allowing those deductions. So let's see how we need to present it in our exam copy. Computation of deduction. Okay, first we need to calculate the gross total income. To calculate the gross total income, we need to add 5 heads, that is income from salary, income from house property, income from business and profession, income from capital gain, and income from other sources. Here I have put randomly certain amounts against all the heads. If I combine all these numbers, the total is coming 15,50,000 is my gross total income. From this gross total income, we are allowed to take deduction under chapter 6A of 1,50,000, as suppose the assessee whose income has been shown in the screen has put 1,50,000, has used that amount to pay the LIC, life insurance premium. So he is allowed to take deduction straight away from the gross total income. So once 1,50,000 get deducted, 14 lakhs is his total income. Now the assessee needs to calculate tax on 14 lakhs, not on 15,50,000. So here also government allowing us to take advantage of lower tax payment by reducing the gross total income in terms of the deduction. The last one, rebate. Rebate is a kind of benefit which government used to provide us to reduce our tax payable amount if we fulfill certain conditions. To avail the benefit of tax rebate, what we need to do, we have to calculate the tax liability, and then we have to check the conditions. Once we are fulfilling all those conditions, we are allowed to take the advantage of tax rebate. Okay, and one point here also we need to understand that the tax rebate cannot be more than the calculated tax payable amount. Means the maximum tax rebate which we can take is equal to the tax liability that we have calculated. For example, from the assessment year 2026-2027, government has given tax relief under section 87A of 60,000, provided the total income of the assessee after all the exemption and deduction should not exceed 12 lakh. Means an assessee whose total income is less than equals to 12 lakhs can avail the rebate on income tax under section 87A. Now let's see how we need to present it in our exam copy. That's the example. we will write computation of tax rebate. Suppose our total income is 12 lakhs, and if I go by the slab 0 to 4 lakhs 0%, 4 lakhs 1 to 8 lakhs 5%, that means in 4 lakhs, in the range of 4 lakhs to 8 lakhs, this 4 lakhs is taxable at the rate 5%, which is basically the 20,000 coming. And the last slab is 8 lakhs to 12 lakhs to avail the rebate under section 87A. This 4 lakhs will be taxable at the rate 10%. So 10% of 4 lakhs equals to 40,000, and the 20,000 of the second slab and 0 on the first slab. So 0 plus 20,000 plus 40,000, 60,000 is the tax that we are supposed to pay, while our total income is 12 lakhs. Now our tax rebate, if we want to avail, we are allowed, because the assess's total income equals to 12 lakhs. So our tax rebate is 60,000 as per 87A, and our next tax payable amount is nil. Hope it is clear. If you have any further question, feel free to raise in the comment. I will be available to you with that queries in my next video. Till then, if you find this topic is helpful to you, I would request you to subscribe my channel, so that whenever I will make or upload any new video, straight away you will get the notification. And don't forget to put a like button, which will encourage me to prepare more and more videos to support you. Till then, to my next video, have a great day and be in touch with High School Commerce. Thank you.